Welcome, yogis. My name is Lauren Bentley. I'm a 300-hour trauma-informed yoga and mindfulness teacher. Today, I have for you a yoga circuit for the lower body. So, of course, the other parts of the bodies will be involved, but the main focus will be around toning the lower half. So no props will be needed today, perhaps just a water. We may get a little sweaty in these movements. And as always, listen to your own body. Pay attention to the sensations within. Don't push past any sort of pain and just meet yourself exactly where you're at with absolutely no critique on yourself, okay? We all are at different spaces and different times, and there's moments that we feel stronger or more flexible than other days. So just meet yourself exactly where you're at. Let's begin in a tabletop posture. Bringing the wrists over the shoulders, spread those fingers wide, really claw into your fingerprints and feel yourself dome through the upper back body. So you're gonna feel that energetic lift, and it's gonna take a lot of pressure out of those wrists. And then feel your low belly pull in and up, as well as those floating ribs, and feel your hips stack directly over the knees. So let's first begin with a couple rounds of cat and cow, just to warm up the spine. So we'll inhale to drop the belly, roll your shoulders back, lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine, drop the head. Inhale. Drop the belly, roll your shoulders back, lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest. Go ahead and find a few more of these fluid movements on your own. Follow your breath. Feel free to pause where it feels good. Drop the belly and round the spine. Enjoying full deep breaths. Feeling the sensation of the mat beneath your hands. Feeling your body in these postures. And on your next inhale, let's go ahead and come back through to center. Find that long spine. Feel your hands really connect with the mat here. And flex your left foot. Take that left foot up. Keep your knee bent. Try your best to keep the weight even between both hands. Now let's begin to warm up through that hip. So just finding nice big hip circles. Going out and back in. Doing your best to keep your whole body centered. The only thing that's moving here is your hip. Beautiful work. Give me one more here. And now take that left hip out to the side and hold it here in a little hydrant pose. Big breath in. Exhale, drop your left knee in towards the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to drop. Beautiful. Let's do 5 more. Again, keeping the weight even as much as you can in both hands. Keep your low belly pulled in. Last one. Great work. Go ahead and drop that left knee down. Taking it to the right now. Flex your right foot, right knee bent, 90 degree. Right foot pressing up as if you were pressing it into the ceiling. Find your big hip circles here. Really exaggerating this movement. Noticing the sensations within your hip. Nice big hip circles. Final one. Perfect. Now take that right leg out to the side into that hydrant pose. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right knee to the left. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 5 more. Last 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Drop your right knee back down. Turn all your toes under. Begin to walk your body towards the the lower body so that you can sit your butt back on those heels and flex or stretch into your flexed feet here. We can also shake out the wrists a little bit if you need to take some pressure off of those wrists. And take some nice deep breaths into the bottoms of your feet. So I know I said to not push past any pain or discomfort. However, if you are feeling a lot of pain through this posture here, be sure to do this more often because that's a big sign that your feet need that extra love and attention and to find this stretch, okay? All right, when you feel ready, come back down to your tabletop, take the tops of your feet, pat them out onto the mat. All right, now take your left foot straight back behind you. Go ahead and flex those left toes down towards the mat. And we're just going to tap the toes and lift, tap and lift. And as you lift, notice if you can squeeze into your left glute. Keep the weight even in between both hands, like we've been doing, and really round the upper back body to take the pressure off the wrist as much as you can. Keep your low belly pulled in to protect your low back. We got 3, 2, and 1. Keep your left leg up now. See if you can take your right arm out. If this is too much for you, drop that right hand back down, no problem. If you were lifted, keep that core as engaged as possible. And then we'll tap the foot and the fingertips back down. If just your foot was lifted, just tap your foot. Just like we did in the beginning. Continuing to flex to that left glute. We have 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Keep it lifted and then squeeze it in, elbow to knee. Again, if just your leg is lifted, just squeeze your knee in and take it back out. Exhale it in and take it out. Keep this going. Breathe deep. 3 more. 2 and 1. Squeeze it in, take it out, and release. Curl your toes under, sit back on those heels again. Make sure all your toes are curled under. Shake out those wrists. We're going to do that one more time, taking it to the opposite side. So really warming up for that low body. And take it back down to your mat. You got this. Kick your right foot back now. Flex your toes down. And we'll tap and lift. Tap and lift. Keep your low belly pulled in. Remain clawing through those fingerprints. You got this. Got 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted. Then take your left arm out long. And again, if this isn't working for you, take your left hand back down. No problem. And then everybody, we lower, tap, and lift. Tap and lift. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Halfway. 3, 2, and 1. Lift, big breath in. Exhale, curl it in, elbow to knee, or just curl your knee in. Inhale it long. Exhale, curl it in. Keep it going. Find your breath. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Take it long. Release. Curl your toes under. Find your foot stretch once more. And shake out those hands. Release the pressure in the wrists. Great work. Now adding on or continuing with our flow here. Walk those hands out just slightly in front of the shoulders. Claw into all your fingerprints. Really press into the webbing between the thumb and the pointer. And lift your hips up and back for our very first downward facing dog. Taking a moment to pedal out those feet, inviting one heel to the mat, followed by the other, just taking the feet back and forth. Beautiful stretch in the back of the legs. Taking your time here. Enjoy this posture, this beautiful stretch. Getting length in the spine, length in the back of those legs. Inhale, look forward at your hands, bend the knees. Use your exhale to walk you up to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Let the knees bend as much as you need right now to just ensure that you can really rest the low back. And then let the head, neck, and shoulders all hang heavy as well. You can shake the head out no and yes if that feels good. And then inhale and take your hands to the thighs as you begin to straighten through the legs. Now, no need to hyperextend in those knees, just feeling a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Low belly pulls in and up, and then we exhale and fold back over those legs. Beautiful. Inhale to lift all the way up, get nice and tall. And then we exhale and forward fold. Drop those hands. Take your right foot to the back of the mat and soften down to your right knee. Make sure that the left knee is behind your toes. Pull your left hip back to meet the right and inhale, lift up for a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep pulling your left hip back as you allow yourself to melt into that front hip. So you may be able to feel a nice stretch within that left hip flexor. Inhale it here. Exhale, release those hands. Lift the right knee. Right foot up to meet the left and fold. Inhale, flat back. Nice stretch in the back of the legs. Exhale, release it down. Plant the hands. Take your left foot to the back of the mat. Soften to your left knee. Set up your foundation. Make sure your body is safe first. And then inhale, lift it up. Feel your core floating ribs hug in and then melt forward, getting a nice stretch into your right hip. And then inhale, grow tall in the spine. Exhale, release your hands down. Left foot up to meet the right and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale to push up through those heels, lift all the way up to our tall mountain. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, sit back into chair pose. Big toes together, slight part in the heels. Sitting back as if you were sitting into a tiny chair behind you, your weights all in those heels, low belly floating, ribs hugging in, arms up towards those ears. And now begin to bring your hands to the heart. And we're going to transition the weight into the right foot. Really anchor down through all four corners of your right foot. And as you inhale, begin to straighten through that right leg. Lift your knee up towards the chest. Exhale, sit it down and sit back into your chair. Inhale to stand and lift. Exhale to lower and find your chair. Here we go. Keep it going. 5 more. Deep breaths. Full breath in all the way up. Full breath out all the way down. Squeeze, activate that right glute as you come up. Really press through that right heel. Final one here. Inhale, keep it lifted. Awesome work. Go ahead and take your hands now to interlace around that shin or maybe under the left hamstring. Try to stand as tall as possible. Pull your shoulders back. Anchoring down through that right foot. Try to unclench those toes. Taking your right hand now to that left knee. Very slowly opening that left arm out. Open arm twist. Maybe you can look back and see your left fingers. Taking your time here. And then inhale back through to center. And then go ahead and take that left foot all the way back to a high lunge. So take a moment to check, make sure that your feet are in 2 lanes of traffic. It's going to help with the balance. And just like we did in that low lunge, we pull that right hip back to meet the left. Our floating ribs and low belly are engaged. And then if there is pinching in your low back, you can bend that back knee. It'll take the pressure off of your low back. And then we'll inhale and lift the arms. Hold it here for just a moment. And then go ahead and take your hands down to the heart and tap your left knee to the mat. Inhale to lift, both legs straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Keep this going. We have 5 more. As you lower it down, just be sure that that right knee stays going towards the pinky toe. 3. Follow your breath. Go at your pace. 2. And 1. Tap it down and lift. Straighten the legs. Open yourself up to warrior 2. So we have this nice heel to arch connection. Right heel to the middle of that left inner arch. You're really pressing down to that left foot, anchor down the right foot, and your legs almost feel as if you were wanting to rip your mat in half. I know it's a little intense, but that's the engagement that we're looking for in those legs. Then we have the shoulders stacked over those hips, looking straight out towards that right fingertip. And make sure that your right knee is going towards your pinky toe as well. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms, straighten that right leg. Exhale to melt down. Maybe you can bend that front knee a little bit deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 5 more. Find your deep breath. Press into that right heel, squeeze your glute. 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Find yourself in your warrior 2, and then exhale, pivot yourself down. Step it back to a plank pose. Holding here for just a moment. Feeling the strength in your body. Rounding through the upper back, and then pulling that tailbone down. Inhale, come forward on those toes, shoulders over the fingerprints. Exhale, elbows hug and tight to the side body, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, find a cobra. Elbows stay hugged and tight, shoulders back. Exhale, release yourself down. Inhale, press a tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward at your hands, bend those knees. Use your exhale to take you to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Taking it all to the other side now. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to that tall mountain. Find your length here. Roll your shoulders back. And then exhale, sit yourself back into your chair pose. Weights in those heels. Look down, make sure you can see your toes. Feel your strength here, really lifting up through the upper body, melting down to the lower body. And you can take your hands to your heart and then anchor your weight into that left foot. Inhale to straighten up through that left leg. Lift your right knee up towards the chest. Exhale to sit it back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Keep this going. Anchoring through that left foot and squeezing your left glute. Moving with integrity here, just paying attention to your body, moving at your pace, following your breath. We have 3, 2, and our final 1. Hold it up. Take your hands, interlace around that right shin or under your right hamstring. Up to you, wherever you can most comfortably grab, as well as staying lifted in the upper body. And then just take your left hand, falling over into your right knee. Very slowly take your right hand towards the back of the mat. Maybe you turn your gaze towards your right fingers. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through to center and step your right foot back for a high lunge. Take a moment. Just check that you are in 2 lanes of traffic. You're nice and safe here in your body. That right knee can be bent or straight. Next exhale, go ahead and tap your right knee down. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. Great, 5 more. Keep holding your left hip back to meet the right. Squeeze through that left glute. 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted, and then open yourself up to warrior 2 on the left. Again, really pressing into your feet, ripping your mat in half, opening those arms, stacking the shoulders above those hips. Get nice and low. Notice your knee over towards that left pinky toe. And then inhale to straighten through that left leg, straighten your arms. Exhale and melt it down. Inhale to lift. And exhale it down. Last 5 here. Squeeze and activate your left glute. Final 2. And 1. Great work. Cartwheel those arms, frame that foot, step it back to your plank posture. Hold it here. And then find your vinyasa, either lower to the belly or lower halfway, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths into the back of the legs, pedaling out the feet, getting long in the spine. Just enjoy this rest. Now begin to anchor your left heel down towards the mat. Kick your right leg up high. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Cross your right ankle behind the left. Inhale to straighten that left leg, kick your right leg up. Exhale to bend and cross. Inhale to lift and straighten. 5 more. Really continue to claw into your fingers. Keep breathing. 3, 2, great work, and 1. Awesome. Step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale, roll yourself up, high lunge. Roll your shoulders back. Now pull your hands to your heart or hands to your hips. Press into that right foot, kick off that left. Inhale, lift your left knee up towards the chest. Exhale, step it back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, step it back. Keep it going. Make sure you're breathing. It's easier if you can find something in front of you that doesn't move to help keep your balance. 2 and 1. Awesome. Pull your left knee up towards the chest, and let's find your version of the tree. Maybe you kickstand the toes on the mat so that your foot is also resting against your right ankle or at your calf or your inner thigh. And then once you find your tree, find the position of your arms. What is your expression of your tree? Maybe the waist, heart to a T, maybe even overhead. Perhaps your balance is really great and you even want to practice closing your eyes or allowing your tray to sway. Your tree to sway. Anchoring down to that right foot, feel it grounded, feel it growing roots like that of a tree. And then we'll release that left foot, take it back, find yourself into warrior three. Hands at your heart or behind you, whatever feels most comfortable. Hold it here. For 3, 2, 1, release that left foot down, release your hands, take it back, downward facing dog. If you would like, you can find a flow here, or you can just hang out in downward facing dog. All right, taking it to the other side. Anchor that right heel down and lift your left leg up high. Exhale, bend your right knee, tap your left ankle behind the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend and cross. Breathe and move at your pace, honoring where you are. 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted. Step that left foot in between the hands. And then inhale, coming up for your high lunge. Find your balance here. Your legs are in those 2 lanes of traffic. Beautiful work. Press down to that left foot. Push off of your right. Inhale, lift your right knee up towards the chest. Exhale, step it back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, step it back. Again, moving at your pace. Keep your core firm. It's going to help you to move more gracefully. It will also help you to keep your balance as well as finding something that doesn't move in front of you. We're almost there. 2 and 1. Awesome. Keep your right foot up and then find your tree. Noticing that each side of the body is different. So this side of the body may call for a completely different posture. That is totally fine. Meet yourself exactly where you are. Anchor that left foot into the mat. Release your left toes. Breathe deeply. Breathe calmly. Slowly release your right leg and whoop. Swing it behind nice and slow for your warrior 3. Breathe here. I know my legs are burning too. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Step it back to your plank and take it up to downward facing dog. Roll yourself forward to plank and find a vinyasa if it feels good, or just hang out in your downward facing dog. And let's begin to cool it down now. Anchoring that right heel down, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take that left knee to your left wrist, and your right leg goes out behind you. So we want to try to get that shin parallel to the top of the mat. Mine isn't quite there yet. It's okay if yours is not either. It's completely normal. However, if it's not, try your best to flex that left foot to protect your knee. Your right leg is straight out long behind you. Pull your left hip back to meet the right. You can stay up on your hands like so, or you can begin to come down to your forearms and maybe even down to your head. Resting here, nice deep breath into that left hip. Just feeling the sensation of your body on your mat. Noticing the way the mat feels beneath you. Find your breath and just enjoy this lovely stretch. And then pressing back up to the hands. If you're not already there, curl your back toes under and lift your left foot up and back. And making some circles with your hip or any other movements that may feel good. So shake out that left hip a bit. And then when you feel ready, we're going to take it to the other side. So dropping that left foot down, noticing the difference between the left and the right leg. Drop your left foot down towards the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist and your left leg out long behind you. And again, becoming aware that each side of the body is completely different. You may feel more or less flexible on this side. No judgments. Flex your right foot as needed, and then finding your fullest expression of pigeon posture when you feel ready. Sending your breath into the right hip. And pressing back up to the hands if you weren't there already. Curl your back toes under, take your right foot back, making your hip circles on this side. And then dropping that right foot to meet the left, hanging out in downward facing dog just for a few breaths. Maybe you can notice the change in your legs and within your body, maybe even your mind from when we started this class. And then inhale, roll yourself forward to your plank and begin to drop the knees. And we're going to come down to the back. Taking your time to arrive here. And we'll start with the feet on the mat. Walking the heels in as close to the body as you can and reach down with your fingers. So maybe you can brush the back of your heels with your fingers. You don't want the heels in any closer than that. It's okay if you can't quite reach yet either, not a problem. Allow the feet to be hip width apart. Roll your shoulders beneath the heart and tuck the chin in slightly. Hands are pressed face down into the mat. Press through those heels. Inhale to lift, squeezing the glutes. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one here. Lift and lower. Press into that left foot. Reach your right foot up towards the ceiling. Flex your toes back towards the forehead. Press through that left foot and lower. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Keep this going. Keep that left knee right above your ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Release your right foot. Press firmly into that right foot. Left foot up towards the ceiling. Left toes flex down towards the face. Press through that right heel. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower. Again, keep this going. Squeeze your right butt cheek as you lift. Release as you lower. Moving in your pace, listening to your body. Last 3, 2, and 1. Left foot down. Now we're going to hold bridge for a few breaths. So both feet planted down to the mat. Press through those heels, lift the glutes, roll your shoulders beneath the heart, maybe even interlacing the hands beneath the heart space to help you lift up even more. So the chest is going towards the chin when we very lightly lift the chin. Breathe here. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. See if you can release the tension now in those glutes and just allow those innermost muscles to work. And release those arms and lower slowly all the way down to the back. Very nice. Go ahead and walk the feet out to the sides of the mat. Let your knees fall in towards one another. Just let your pelvis rest. You can rest your hands on your body or at your sides, up to you. And final 2 stretches here for Shavasana. Go ahead and take your feet back under the knees. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. If you're already feeling a stretch here in that right hip, stay here. Or if you would like to take it a little bit deeper, take that left shin parallel to the floor. Interlace your hands behind that left thigh. Flex your right foot to protect your knee. You could begin to close off the eyes or soften them, deepening the breath, preparing your body for rest. Just notice the sensations in the body. Feel your mat holding you and supporting you. And then keeping your legs exactly as they are, releasing the hands and just letting them fall heavy over to the left. Going to feel a nice stretch along the outside of the right leg and the IT band. You can even take that left hand to very gently press that right inner thigh away. Your right arm can go out into a T as we look over that right shoulder. If that causes any tension within your neck, please keep your gaze up at your ceiling. And bring your upper body back through to center, gently bringing your lower body back through to center, and release both feet to the mat. Taking it to the other side, left ankle over the right thigh, staying here, or right shin parallel to the ground, interlacing your hand behind the right thigh, left foot flexed. Releasing those hands, the legs stay exactly as they are, very gently dropping over to the right. Right hand can come to the left inner thigh, left arm into a T, looking out over that left shoulder or up at your ceiling. And then the upper body comes back through the center, as well as the low body. And we release both feet to the mat and we find our Shavasana. You take your legs out nice and long, or you find a different posture that your body is asking for. Just take a few moments and rest. Just noticing how your body feels. How your mat is always here to support you. Notice if you can allow the thoughts to just come and go, floating on by like clouds, without needing to place any sort of judgments on them. And then beginning to bring some gentle movement into the body. Deepening the breath, stretching the body, giving yourself some love for all that great work that you just accomplished. And turning over to one side and pushing yourself up to a seated position. Great work today, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me in this powerful, strengthening flow. I look forward to flowing with you in the future. Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and maybe press the bell button so that you are notified anytime a new video is uploaded. There is something new every single week, something offered for all levels and all needs. So thank you so much for being here. Namaste.